The Tarpeian Rock was a steep cliff of the southern summit of the Capitoline Hill, overlooking the Roman Forum in ancient Rome. It was used during the Roman Republic as an execution site. Murderers, traitors, perjurers, and larcenous slaves, if convicted by the quaestors parricidi, were flung from the cliff to their deaths. The cliff was about 25 meters tall. There seems to be a belief that similar punishments were inflicted on the disabled and mentally ill, but there are no reliable sources for that. History. According to early Roman histories, when the Sabine ruler Titus Tatius attacked Rome after the rape of the Sabines, the Vestal Virgin Tarpeia, daughter of Spurius Tarpeius, governor of the citadel on the Capitoline Hill, betrayed the Romans by opening the city gates for Titus Tatius in return for what the Sabines bore on their arms. In Book 1 of Levi's ab urb condita, the Sabines accepta ab truum armis necavera, meaning, having been accepted into the citadel, the Sabines killed her, having been overwhelmed by weapons, and scuta congesta, meaning, regardless of whether or not Tarpeia was buried in the rock itself, it is significant that the rock was named for her deceit. About 500 BC, Lucius Tarquinius Superbus, the seventh legendary king of Rome, leveled the top of the rock, removing the shrines built by the Sabines, and built the Temple of Jupiter Capitolinus on the Intermontium, the area between the two summits of the hill. The rock itself survived this remodeling, being used for executions well into Sulla's time. There is a Latin phrase arx Tarpeia Capitoli proxima, which some have interpreted to mean that one's fall from grace can come swiftly. To be hurled off the Tarpeian Rock was, in some sense, a fate worse than death, because it carried with it a stigma of shame. The standard method of execution in ancient Rome was by strangulation in the Tullianum. Rather, the rock was reserved for the most notorious traitors, and is a place of unofficial, extra-legal executions such as the near execution of then-Senator Gaius Marcius Coriolanus by a mob whipped into frenzy by a tribune of the plebs. Notable victims. Victims of this punishment included Marcus Manlius Capitolinus, 384 BC, for sedition. Rebels from Tarentum, 212 BC. Lucius Cornelius Chrysogonus, 80 BC. Sextus Marius, 33 AD. Simon Bar Jora, 70 AD.